What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today we got a player I'm really excited to VOD review. Let's tab on over to their POV because once again we are using this new VOD game recording everything tool that one of my viewers created. Once again, I will let you know the second that this is available. I know the person who's working on it is like actively working on it to develop it, but if you see this name and you don't know who this is because you only speak one language because you're from America, well, honestly, you know, maybe some of my viewers speak multiple language. Anyway, this is Iron Bog. This is rank 1 Taiwan, and I can also pull over. This is the Wikipedia page for Iron Bog. So a few really notable performances: winning the APAC Golden Spatula for Magic and Mayhem, then going to Tactician's Crown, doing okay, and then also 10th at the Macau Open is like actually insane if you really think about it. In a group of, you know, an insane amount of players making it to the 10th place is nuts. So this is someone who's like, I would say, really trending up. You see a lot of decent placements in Inkborn Fables, and then a lot of really good placements in Magic and Mayhem, and then, you know, Macau Open. We'll see how Iron Bog does in future tournaments this set. But also you can see rank 1 Taiwan went on a crazy run from 1688 LP to 1944 LP, and the other kind of, and I mean, just look at this, you know, this beautiful amount of scores. But the other interesting thing about this is if you pop into leaderboards here and then you go to Taiwan, I mean, look at the gap here in LP. 1944 LP, and then rank 2 is 1667. Iron Bog is, you know, hundreds of LP above the second place in Taiwan. So yeah, I felt like we had to watch a game. I'm really excited because I feel like this is one of the up and coming players in a region. You know, a server, the Taiwan server is not a server that, you know, we talk about too often. So I wanted to see, you know, what's this player doing. So yeah, we're in Victor's Vision here, which I can right click on because of my I love the we can even check Academy items here, like this Nashor's Steadfast Heart IE. So boom, we have that information. Immediately, okay, let's, honestly, I want to go back here, and we do have that power with this here, because this is our, oh, actually, no, this is too far. I want to go back. Take me back. I think I maybe, oh, yeah, here we go. I want to go back to here, because we do actually have the opportunity to make 10 gold here, right? You have to sell Nocturne Pair plus a bunch of other stuff is, I guess, the like downside here if you wanted to make 10. So Iron Bog makes the call. Just, I don't want to make 10 in this spot here. I don't really mind selling the Nocturne Pair here. Also, I have a cat on my lap, so I'll move the cam down in just a second. But okay, I don't value Nocturne Pair that much, but it looks like Iron Bog actually rates it pretty highly. Let me bring the cam down so you guys can have the Luna cam. There she is. How cute. And yeah, look at this priority on the Nocturnes. It's saying, you know, when you're playing an early minion round in TFT, you always want to field the units that you think you are most likely to play in the future. And yeah, because this allows you to do stuff like make 10 gold here. And this is going to be a start. Wow. Okay. So really highly valuing that Nocturne start. Interesting. I mean, support cache, salvagement, high voltage. I mean, the only way you can really like play a Nocturne game, in my opinion, is if you get like an artifact. So I don't think we're going to do that. And then, yeah, honestly, salvagement here seems like a decent pickup. Still no, obviously, Nocturne 2. I mean, I wonder, she's rubbing herself on the mic, as you can hear. I hope, or as you can see, I don't know how much that changed my my mic settings. But ooh, and look at this. Wow. So this is going to be a salvagement full open game from Iron Bog here. Okay, I mean, I love a full open game. I mean, it does, we lose a little bit in being able to talk about like what we're supposed to do in the early game. We don't get to talk about strongest board and stuff like that. But on the upside, I mean, full open into whatever, I'm sure people, you know, love that. Also, I believe this lobby, this is either like some kind of tournament that was played on live servers, or this is an in-house, because look at the lobby. Piva, Asta, midfeed, like this is a very high rank lobby, and I believe when I was looking at it, it said it was a normals lobby. So I think this is either an in-house or like some kind of tournament lobby being played here. I don't think it was the Tactician's Cup, but maybe they play it on live servers over there. I'm not 100% sure. In any case, though, we We're going to hold on to a couple of Sorks here. So maybe ideas of playing Sorks here. I mean, we can do a quick tab around the lobby. This guy 4 conk and a bunch of tiers off of replication. So maybe that person wants to play Sorks. This person worth the wait into Irelia here and thinking about maybe playing around this other stuff here. And okay, then there's a built diff player as well. All right, let's go back to Iron Bog's POV for a second. We end up actually fighting this guy who is What Doesn't Kill You, who is really wants to lose, which is actually kind of rough because now we end up losing our loss streak. Though we actually won against YBY3, who I guess is also like inting really hard here, right? Yeah, full loss from YBY. So, and I don't know if YBY3 is YBY1 memeing or if it's another player, using that name. I have to imagine it's someone else, but I don't know. You never know with these kinds of players. All right, belt taken here, so could go towards some kind of like Nashers if we want to play AP type stuff. I did also want to just scout the rest of the lobby real quick here. So we have Piva here who has, oh wow, an RFC and even Shroud made already, so would have been great if we could be in that spot. This guy is playing in towards Renata with too much value, so nice. This guy is the What Doesn't Kill You, probably into Scrap, and then also this is a loss streak scoreboard scrapper, maybe similarly into Scrap there. But okay, let's go back to Iron Bog. We end up losing this fight. Our board's not that strong. We're making 40 gold. We're really at this point prioritizing econ over all else. Though I guess we can. Wow, yeah. I looked away for a second. We did finally slam some items. I mean, there's no downside to slamming when you have this augment. You can remake these into anything. We are playing a rebel opener right now, so maybe we'll play around this for a while, but we'll see. I mean, as far as like Academy items go, we haven't really crafted any yet, but you can always just use Academy items for Academy items. It's not the end of the world if that ends up being the case. But all right, hoping honestly that we can win this fight so that we can hold on to this Lux and not have to sell to make gold. And we do end up winning just with the power of Ezreal. Damage chart check here because we can 3k from Ezreal with an item. This Ezreal unit is just not normally, man. This guy's a beast. I love when Luna does this. She just conks her head down and she's like, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go put my head under your arm. I won't bother her too much because she looks so comfy. But yeah, okay, we're chilling here with the Renans, with everything that we got going on here. I mean, so much world. Oh my god, it's a lot. We could pre-level here if we want to, though. It looks like Iron Bog doesn't really care that much about doing that. I mean, we can level this turn perfectly fine. I'm not really sure why we would hold on to some of this stuff, and yeah, we are gonna level up this turn. So actually, a tiny bit of a miss there, I think, from Iron Bog to not pre-level there, unless we really want to hold on to some of these units. But I mean, at the end of the world, we missed out on one level 6 shop, not going to kill us, but I think, is something. And then I imagine we would just make like a red buff or something here. I'm kind of surprised we're not slamming, but I guess Iron Bog is judging the fight and saying, I'm not going to, and yeah, we do end up finally slamming red buff, so a little slow on that, but maybe, team planning out a team, thinking about what we actually want to play here, because when we have Salvage Bin, you can play anything, we just have a lot of bows is the one thing. Maybe bad luck protection with a lot of these AD items doesn't sound horrible. I mean, Crown's Will kind of makes you want to play into AP. Can't imagine that we would take Pandora's with Salvage Bin, which, I mean, sounds kind of hilarious. I mean, Rain and Gold, I don't mind. It's just a way to generate some econ. He is going to take the bad luck protection. Okay, yeah. I mean, I like it generally in our spot, like leaning into some kind of like AD type spot. You really do need to be playing AD if you're going to take this, because it's just converting crit chance into AD. So, you don't really get much value on AP champs. People ask like, oh, is this good on ambushers? Well, I mean, it's not very good on a unit like Echo because he doesn't really do much with the AD and he does a lot more with the crit chance. But I mean, you can see on a unit like this Ezreal, I mean, how much did R do? 6,000. Here's to 3.5k. Like, our Ezreal did a lot of damage, just our front line was not good enough here. So we'll see. I mean, I could certainly I could see this being like a an Academy, like an AD type Academy game. I know a lot of people really like actually playing into like Sentinel Academy type stuff, but playing more around like the Ezreal Corkies as opposed to the Heimerdinger, just because people rate those units so highly, though, especially with a couple of scrap players in this lobby. This guy already level 750. It might be a little bit hard to find Corki, and that guy already has a Corki, which is pretty crazy here. But hey, we fit 5 Rebel onto the board actually, which is not bad at all. So we'll see what the board ends up evolving into here. We just have this belt open at this point, and the real question is just kind of like what items we want. So we'll see. Oh, this is Peon, by the way. Peon Me is the name of this player, I believe. And I know I've seen this name around before. So this is, yeah, Haruru as well. This is a stacked lobby. Okay, so we take this. Could just be Even Shroud. We'll end up, we'll see what that ends up, being down the line. Because like now you can start to kind of like take stock of like what are our components here and what do you want to end up building this game. I mean, the big thing that I think is emerging here is that we have triple bow and a glove, which I think really leans us into playing something AD. We have no swords yet is the only kind of awkward thing. Also, oh my god, it's a Nocturne 3 from Piva here with the Heroic Grab Bag. That is insane. That is going to do a lot of damage to people. Honestly, yeah, that was probably someone meofing that this guy is Nocturne 3 at 3-5. But I mean, to be fair, he did take the dupes Augment, so like it's not that crazy, but it's a little crazy. I mean, as far as the units that we're holding, it looks like Iron Bog is open to a lot of different stuff here. I'm honestly quite surprised about stuff like the Nocturne hold. I don't know when that would ever come into our board, but like right now we're just playing around this Rebel plus Sentinel setup, and I mean, we'll see what it ends up being later. I don't imagine we'll play Rebel the whole time, but we'll see. We'll see what Papa Mort Dog gives us in this spot. I mean, that is an allowy pair, but I mean, you know, you can certainly play that with other stuff here. Going to pre-level a bit. Yeah, still have some of those units that, I mean, we were never really going to play in those positions. It just didn't really make any sense. So we still get to hold on to this. I mean, I love the flexibility from Iron Bog here, saying I can flex down 2, 3, maybe more comps in this spot here. And also we can just sack one more round right now. Why not? So we get the sword here, so that does open up like IE type stuff if we want to end up making that for who we want to play for. Though you probably wouldn't. You're not going to make IE because we have bad luck protection, right? So I guess this can just be like a damage item, you know, GS. What else would you really want to go for in this spot? Yeah, I mean, GS seems like the most obvious option to me from our components. The other stuff is like Deathblade maybe, but yeah, you don't really want IE because you're missing out on the fact that it gives you your abilities to crit. So yeah. All right, last augment here, Bronze for Life, Blinding Speed, Lucky Gloves. Lucky Gloves is a fun one. I mean, we have only the one glove, right, among all these components, so we can't really do that much. I mean, it's double Lucky Gloves, it's not bad. Maybe there's some cool Bronze for Life board. I mean, I would love to see that, but I don't know. What you really are would be really, really sick, but we just roll everything and end up taking a boring but decent option in Bulky Buddies. Okay. Okay, so we start taking some of this Academy stuff. We actually skip the Garantu, just saying, like, we're not actually able to fit Garantu on this board. Honestly, okay, like, these are some of the roll downs that maybe I should slow down a bit, but now we have all of our items here, and we're gonna start crafting here. So, I mean, let's hop back and, okay, I mean, sometimes when I hit back button, it goes forward. Okay, there we go. Oh, but I need to refresh replay data maybe. Oh, no, yeah, this is where we're at. Okay, so this is the roll down. I just want to look and see. Honestly, I can bring this down to 1x speed just to see. I mean, the biggest, most interesting thing is that we end up skipping this Garantu just because, and I mean, I think this is a pretty reasonable skip in the idea that, like, we actually have decent enough Sentinel frontline here. We have the Alawi pair. Like, we're quite close to hitting just a really, really good Sentinel frontline, which obviously pairs way better with this Academy setup that we have right now. So why would we actually make this Garantu? I think this is a pretty reasonable skip from Iron Bog here, just showing that, like, sometimes, you know, you can play flex TFT, but you don't have to play like infinite flex. You know, you don't have to always be playing you know, just whatever you hit. And then item wise here, we're gonna break these apart here, and I just want to look at all of our different item options because we made a pretty interesting one, an interesting decision here. So yeah, these are all of our components here. I mean, I definitely think Even Shroud coming back seems pretty reasonable. We actually, the only way we can make Heel Cut is Morello. And so Even Shroud Morello, the only problem with that is these are like our only defensive components. Even Shroud, Morello, I guess then you have Redemption left over, and then you have the rest of these to build your damage items with. You could also not build Morello and then build Red Buff. You do have like kind of an embarrassment of bows in this spot, but then the question from that becomes, what does Rod become? Maybe just a tank item. Maybe you go like Warmog's Even Shroud, and then this Rod becomes like Crown Guard or something like that, and then you go you know, Renan's like Red Buff plus, I mean, you don't want to make IE Hodge, something like that. We'll see there. But I mean, the interesting thing for me in this spot is Iron Bog optiming double. Renan's here. The tier goes on Heimer, so we're going to make this blue buff here, which is quite solid onto to Heimerdinger here. And actually, yeah, taking a sec on the rest of the items because there is a lot to be built here. The belt goes down here. We're going to make the Morello down there, like we talked about. The LW is going to come out, so we're not going to make Even Shroud, and then we're going to make the Warmogs here. Yeah, I mean, way too many options that round, though. I think this makes a lot of sense. You get the blue buff onto Heimer. So it is going to be kind of like, I mean, not necessarily full, you know, AD version. We did hit a Heimer 2 on the roll down, and I mean, that's another nice thing about flexibility is, hey, you hit a Heimer 2 on the roll down, you can play around that. If you know, hit something else, we can play around that, and then we just make this our board, 4 Academy, 4 Sentinel, 3 Rebel, and I mean, honestly, it looks quite good. The only kind of sus thing about our spot is that we're missing out on a little bit. Oh yeah, and then we end up actually making the Giant Slayer like we were talking about as well. It's kind of the only item that makes really sense out of Sword in this setup, and the LW just moves over to Corki. Ezreal's gonna do way more damage than Corki here. We can actually look at damage charts here and see at 8.2k here, just crazy damage from the Ezreal. This unit is quite strong. And then, I mean, at this point, we're just looking for tank items, right? We there's a chain here. Is that a sword? Wow. We really, I'm pretty surprised that this is not going to be a tank item. We don't want the Vladimir here. We just, yeah, I'm kind of shocked that we don't go for tank item here. Is our last Academy? No, our last Academy was IE, so I don't think that's what we're like looking for. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised by the sword take here, because I really would have thought you want to get to third tank item here. I wonder why. I mean, I guess the idea might be that tank items don't matter that much in this comp. We have the bulky buddies plus the Sentinel frontline, and maybe Iron Bog says that that's enough tankiness. Who really cares past that point? I mean, I can see that idea. I mean, this frontline is still decently tanky. Ezreal doing good work. The Heimer just barely clutches out, actually. And now we got Anomaly here, so it'd be cool to see what our Anomaly is. Calling Card's an interesting idea. You can put it on the Leona and then get you know, either Academy or Sentinel, both of which are great options. And we do go for that, and we do get Sentinel here. And the only downside now is we kind of have to roll for like a Loris here. We do end up picking up the Loris. Beautiful. Okay. Then we Sentinel to Corki, and all of a sudden we're 6 Sentinel. I mean, I think that's a good call from Iron Bog. Both are fine as options. I've heard some people trash talk Calling Card a little bit, just because, like, if you think about, like, some anomalies are better than a gold augment. You know, the one that gives you 2 items for your units is like better than most 2 tailored items is better than most gold augments. Whereas, you know, getting a kind of random, almost not random, but like pseudo random emblem is definitely like worse than a decent amount of gold augments. But I mean, still, Sentinel +1 here, pretty good, especially when you have this this bulky buddies here giving your units more HP, and so Sentinels is scaling up with that HP. So I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm surprised a bit by the fact that we sold the Lux here, because I would think that that would be our next in here. I'm a little bit surprised. Are you surprised by that, Luna? Oh, she's looking up at me. But yeah, I mean, we'll sack another round probably. I mean, yeah, we have to. Our spot's a little bit awkward, actually. Actually, I'd love it. I'm still really looking for tank items here in this spot. I mean, Reforge Rod here. Yeah, oh, we go into tier. I mean, adaptive IE. I mean, yeah, I don't love it. Once again, you don't really love IE when you have bad luck protection, but I mean, you need to get to tank items. I'm so shocked actually that we went for that sword off carousel, because like now we're almost in this spot with like 0 tank items. But okay, we can finally level in this spot. Get Nami in here, actually. It's just emissary bonus. Yeah, I'm surprised we saw that Leona as well. Find Rumble here. That's a fantastic in here. Yeah, we can just put this over here. And this is our board for now. Oh, and we pick up the Embess is gonna come in. Oh, okay. I mean, just for a slightly better emissary bonus onto the board, actually. Yeah, I mean, I think this makes sense. Once again, as much Armor Namar as you can have to scale up this extra HP from our Prismatic makes a lot of sense. Ooh, this fight's really close. Okay, we are gonna lose this fight, and we're gonna lose our Luna. Oh, why? Why do you not love me anymore, Luna? That's a really, really big upgrade, though. That's Alawi the second, and that is really, really nice for us, because now we actually have a real frontline. So that's really cool. Also, now we have good bulky buddies value onto everybody. We had it. He didn't grief bulky buddies value last round, did he? I don't know. I was preoccupied by my cat jumping out of my lap. But okay, we have Alawi in a pretty good spot, buying a lot of time for this Vi. The Heimer and the Ezreal doing really good work here. Yeah, and we end up picking up a win here, a close fight win. And this is a very close lobby, honestly. Augment or item-wise here, I don't think there's that much. I mean, you'd love like the Vow, I think. Wow, Artillerist +1. I mean, this can either be a way to drop Corki, or it can be, but you don't really, or it can be a 4 Artillerist setup. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty, oh, that is a really quick rumble too. That is really, really good for us, actually, but you can't make it yet. I mean, yeah, we have to just lock shop for it. That's so tragic. So it's going to be the 4 Artillerist. I mean, it's a big buff. And yeah, I mean, we did have that basically +1. I was thinking that an Academy would go in that slot, like Jace. But I mean, 4 Artillerist, this does spike our board immensely right here. Okay, good call out. And we're still sitting on the 2-item Alawi, but I mean, who needs Alawi 2 when you got damage for days, man? Pick up now the ability to get to Rumble, and also top 4 gets locked in here. Wow, okay. Do I get to see what he picks? Yeah, well, I don't. But I think maybe if I hover this, no, I don't actually know where I can. Is there a way when you hover over this to see Rumble upgrades? I don't, unless I'm crazy. I mean, you can kind of like see it visually, you know, if he picked Flamethrower, I could see it, but I don't think that one has like a really obvious tell. But okay, we end up winning this fight as well. I mean, I do think the Rumble 2 is actually huge for us here. And the 4 Artillerist, I mean, is a really, really good call out from Iron Bog as well. Just saying, like, you know, sure, I could play 4 Academy on this board and get an item onto Alawi, but like, isn't 4 Artillerist like a much bigger spike when I'm itemizing Ezreal this hard? And it's also just like the AD from Artillerist is so big on Ezreal. I also think, unless they bug fix it, I probably should have talked about this earlier, but I believe Ezreal's ability, I mean, we can watch it in the fight. I believe his ability double procs Renans, which I think is why we prioritize Renans so highly this game. Tank item here, the only one that exists is Titan's Resolve. I guess you could go like Spark as well. Like, ooh, we can remake some items. Oh, he's just gonna go for the triple item on the Rumble, actually. Okay, but yeah, let's look at Ezreal here. Auto, ult. Yeah, I think his ult, like the throw, and then like when he casts, he basically gets double Renan's proc. So I think that's one of the reasons why people prioritize Renan so highly on this this Ezreal guy here, just because he used it so well. Probably should have told you guys that earlier, but hey, this is for the real fans who stay for the entire video. I give you guys the secret strats. All right, though, the spot looking pretty good. We'll see what Piva and midfeed spots look like, because yeah, we rotate back into to midfeed here, who has this horrifying Nocturne spot. We'll see if we can. Oh, they also have a Victor, but we got through the front line just barely. Ezreal not targeting in a good spot. Oh my God, we do end up winning. Okay, we beat. Oh, that was Piva, right? I thought it was midfeed for a second, but I think it was... Well, now we can see. If he takes Flamethrower or repairing Microbots, if he takes Flamethrower, we'll be able to see. I guess he took Microbots. Is the little healing thing Microbots, maybe? Yeah, I mean, you can't see it on the ability, unless I'm crazy. All right, we are going to fight... This must be midfeed's board, right? Yeah, we're going to fight midfeed's board here. They got an itemized Mel. They got a lot of stuff going on, honestly. Can we beat this board? We got to the backline, but so did they. And yeah, we are going to end up losing to that board. So a very nice third, I would say, from Iron Bog here. I mean, a nice board showing really how to play this version of the comp. Nice addition of all of the plus ones here, making the Artillerist and the Sentinel +1 really work for us. A cool early game playing around Salvage Bin and doing a great job at that pivot. I mean, that round, the 4-2 pivot is just so tough to make, and Iron Bog did it pretty seamlessly here. So yeah, shout out to them, because I mean, this was I would say definitely a really difficult turn to pivot. Seeing like stuff like skipping the Garen, I think is just so smart. Like, it's such a small thing. I think so many players would actually get hung up on like holding on to the Garen. But even stuff like this, like breaking apart the Redemption, then using the tiers to make blue buff. Like, I didn't even see that because I was so worried about tank items. But it's so smart actually, and making blue buff onto the Heimer. Like, I think Iron Bog's itemization with Salvage Bin was excellent this game, and so yeah, really beautiful game from Iron Bog into a top 3 and in a pretty stacked lobby. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, check my Metafy, all my other links down below. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I already said that. Bye.